ready to rumble. So glad that you're here. Grab some weights, grab a band, grab maybe a yoga block or a half roller to give your body some feedback to do you and feel amazing. Add that reach, take that breath in. Try that again. Inhale. Oh, exhale. One more. Use that breath. Make your body come alive. Let's reach overhead. It's left, right, 2, and 1. Side. Take it side. 2, 1. Take it over. Take it side. Take it over. And side. Last time. And let's hold that here. Interlace the fingers, open up the chest. Big demand in those footprints as you just stretch out the inner thigh. Feel love by keeping the chest open throughout this workout. And we're going to breathe in and extend. Maybe airplane arms. Try to bring that whole arm to spin. So you hitch a ride with the thumbs, reaching energetically with the pinky to the front. And each and every time you bend, can you think of that core grabbing on to save the day? And we're going to position the right hand down, left hand on the tail, nice and parallel with those hips. Spin that tricep, lean on in, and then reach on out. Keep the footprints throughout, pushing into your mat. Switching sides, add that gription of the fingers, wrap that tri, lean on in. A lot of energy is on the outside of my third of my heel, big toe. And then I'm going to walk those hands out. Maybe I'm using a little half roller as I roll those tris in, and then seeing if I can bend and extend those elbows. See if I can bend and extend. One more. Bend and extend. Reset yourself onto the floor. Big toes together. Knees grow wide. Add that reach of the back. Bringing it to the left. Bringing it to the right. Just swirl around. So many times when we're requiring core work to happen, we roll the tail under. This particular work, we're keeping the tail to move into more of a down position. So sense how you can push into the feet, roll the tail to the opposite side of the roller. Use those footprints to press away. I like to use my backs of the arms to broaden my collarbones and see if I can use my breath to let my belly muscles come alive, pushing with demand into those footprints, but keeping the hips in that down position. Let's pick up the right heel. Continually press into that left heel as you press it away, hips stay down, and getting more of those lower fibers of glutes, upper fibers of hamstrings to come alive. And then see if you can unload that right foot. And Should be a little wavering action. Should feel good. Should feel like you're strengthening the right muscle, the fire at the right time. And then we're going to bring that ball mound of the foot to connect. Keep the footprint action on the opposite foot. But I use those long bones to land my heel down. Switching sides. Heel lifts. Push into the foot that's on the bottom away. Hips are in the down position. And as I get lighter in my hips, I'm still remembering how to keep that curve. And once I'm there, finding that breath, getting the core to happen, unloading the foot, upper fibers of hamstrings, lower fibers of glutes are the name of the game. Magic is the hold. See if you can keep energetically pressing that heel away. And it should be lit up, inner thigh, hamstring, landing as graciously as I lift it up. Fall down, we're using those long bones to use as a rocker. Press those heels away. Maybe give it a good morning stretch as you lengthen the arms overhead. Just really promoting how to keep lumbar back space happening throughout our life. A lot of times we just use and think of our front body to be active, but we need to have this whole energetic ring around the trunk of the torso to happen. So I'm not on my tailbone, I am more on my butt cheeks as I press into my butt going down. And the first move we're going to do is bring the hands to cup behind the skull, heavy into the skull with the hands, and invite the shoulder blades down. Do you feel the shoulder blades active into the floor? And then I'm going to hover the feet, but keeping the butt right where it's at. It has not changed. I'm going to extend the right leg, bring out the left, and get the leg bone to sink deep. And then maybe adding a little rotation and gently, slowly coming back to center, bringing it through, landing those ball mounds first, rolling back with those heels, pressing the feet footprints away. Use your breath, heavy with the skull into your hands as I energetically lift up, keeping the scapula down, unloading the footprints, left leg, and then maybe add that rotation. Taking the momentum out of things definitely adds a different challenge. Coming back to the center, rebending, ball mounds print, pressing into the floor, energetically pressing those heels away from your body. Trying that again. Using that breath to lift, unloading the footprints, extending, maybe pointing the toe, adding that rotation. Shoulder blades are active on the back body. If you're getting a little bit more of a quiver, that's a beautiful thing happening. Hips are staying in that tilt position. Ball mounds land, long bones help land those heels. Exhale, peeling on up and unloading. Where do we feel that? Extending on out and adding rotation. Big time quiver happening. Beautiful. When that happens, keeping joint space alive. Push into the ball mounds. We never want to lose space and gain space. We want to keep space equal throughout. Just make it a good evening, good morning stretch, whatever day that you're feeling the love to move your body. We're going to roll onto our bicep, and I want you to think of first making sure your hips are in line with your shoulders, lining is everything to help you seize the day and to make your workouts that much more brilliant. So I'm sticking out my bootylicious, opening up the chest, and as I create that action, can I start extending my leg out and my bottom leg forward, and maybe rounding the ankles, but can I get the heel to flare up towards the ceiling and getting my butt to work? Seeing if that works. And the longer the lever, I still want that pathway to grow. Keep the chest open. So we're gonna send the fingertips into the floor, and as I lift and pull through, my chest is moving forward, and then I'm slowly coming down, and then using the slurp of the curve of my upper body, sinking, maybe resting into the elbow to let stability to be in my hips, and mobility, sliding it through, chest is lifted to be in my upper body. Don't need too many of these. I'm gonna lift, slurp it through, pulling in, using the underside of my armpit to work. And then we're gonna spin the toe down, stick out the booty, and then come on back to where we began. I'm gonna ask you to sit on up. And we're gonna move into a lizard type of position. If you need support of maybe a yoga block underneath the knee, go for it. So both hands are on the inside edge of the leg, and I want you to just kind of explore how you can pull the chest forward here with the fingertips and get that hip to open and just to feel good. Pushing into the bowl mound of the back foot, I'm unloading my knee and keeping up close and personal to my chest as I rebend and extend that back knee, using those long bones to send my heel down. And then the biggest challenge is how we can get up to get down. So right here, I'm using my lumbar back space to lift me, pushing the footprint away, and then finally really commanding the feet to ground down. Trying that again, rolling, and then keeping the spine long as I come back into that lizard, swirling it, kind of making it happen, wiggling out any cobwebs that might come into play. So using the fingertips to pull my chest through, moving towards you, putting demand of the bowl mound of the foot, and then right here, I'm hinging from that belly as I'm lifting on up. And how well do you do that without gravitating into the neck? Keep that spine long, right? Some of the simplest things become not so simple. We're gonna come to the side. I want you to alternate. We're gonna load onto our hands. I'm using my roller as a guideline here. And I'm gonna cross and open. And then maybe lifting on up. Hands print, gripping all 10 fingers, pulling the chest through. I'm gonna cross and lift, hinge, and maybe coming all the way up, rebending and landing, leaning into that heart, wrapping those triceps, cross and lift, hinging from the belly, getting down to get up, and bringing it throughout to that quadruped. Let's switch sides. So same rules apply. Kind of lining up those bones. Chest stays open. And think of the long bone of the upper leg is really deep into the hip as you stick the butt out. And then as you flare the heel, flexing at the ankle, can you lead with that heel and get that glute to fire, hamstring to fire? Maybe hanging and holding anytime you quiver. Bottom legs extends on out. Add that reach and see where you're at. As you rebend, can you press that heel away? Working that magic. One more time. Sink that butt back. And as you extend those legs, you're firing in the right spot. And then maybe, just maybe, gripping the five fingers to pull your chest through here and grip and see if you can keep your lower body stable as you move your upper body to lift, gliding on out, gripping, flexing at the ankle sometimes helps. Don't need too many of these, just firing all in the right place. Need to stick out your butt to have space in the waistline. One more. Lifting. And feeling that love. Rebending the knees. Coming into that quadruped. Find that cat. And then maybe positioning your hands on the inside. Gripping. Your toes are doming up the arches sometimes helps. Always want to feel the essence of love into the feet and the hands. Lifting, getting a stretch, but all the while keeping the spine nice and long, rebending. Maybe swirling around, doing what nature is calling your name. Add that grip, lifting the tail. And maybe this time, pushing those footprints away, grow your spine, hips are out, we're hinging from that belly button. How do we keep that spine long, rebending the knee? Something so easy to getting up off the floor and without lifting into the neck and those traps. It's easier to do it from one side to the other. Long length of your spine, bending at your knees helps open those hips wide, out and about. One last time, pushing in the demand. Keep those collarbones open. And it should light it up in all those right places. So here we go, with or without the division, load on in to the heart, wrap those triceps, and we're crossing, and then energetically reach those knees, hinge from the belly, add that lift, rebending, lean on in, heart is in between the thumbs as we cross. How do we hinge? And how do we lift? I like to keep my elbows in front of my hips as I land and load and become light. Pull it back. Hold that plank. Rebend those knees. Big toes come together.